Ladies and gentlemen, live from Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Wednesday or Saturday, and you know what that means. It's time for AEW Dynamite or Collision Event Center. And now here's the man that will bring you the happenings of AEW All Elite Wrestling action, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans, 1977, episode 2403. How's it going, everybody? Hope you guys are had a wonderful week. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And I don't have to worry about anything else except to go to sleep, because after this, I'm going to upload this video and go into sleep, because I already took a shower. I usually take a shower in the middle of the night, and these dang flies, almost got him. Come on. Gotta start something with me. Anyways, I hope you guys, like I said, this week's been quite the week, and now we're going to, basically start a brand new week. In fact, the final full week of July, as you know, starting a week from this coming Friday, will be the 1st of August, and, August, that means we'll be chances of going back to school and all this good stuff and everything else going on, and hopefully things will turn around, and sometimes things will turn around, and everything else in between. So that I just got done with chilling with Jordy. My good friend Jordan Little always hosts this show every Saturday night, and had a good time. Had a few laughs here and there, and everything else in between, and had a wonderful time. So we hope to keep it going. And speaking of keep going, this, like I said, episode 2403 of the show. We're going to talk about what happened on AEW Collision. That was over an hour ago. And Tony Schiavone came out and introduced Dustin Rhodes, and Dustin Rhodes addressed the Chicago crowd. This is part 2 of the All Out, the fallout from All In. And Dustin Rhodes talked about being the new TNT champion, and made a promise to his parents that he's going to keep stepping until Don Callis and Kyle Fletcher kind of interrupted things, and Kyle Fletcher's been upset that Dustin Rhodes took the title, and he said it should have been my moment and all. And then Kyle Fletcher was being too much of a hothead. Don Callis trying to calm him down, and then all of a sudden Fletcher decided to attack Rhodes, and both men fought back. Both men fought it out, and actually Dustin fought back. Then the first match of AR Fox versus Ricochet, and Ricochet ended up winning the matchup after the Gates of Agony came to ringside during the match. Bishop Khan got involved. So, and Colt Cabana was on commentary to talk about Hangman Adam Page and all that. And then Marina Shafir attacked Colt Cabana, and Wheeler Yuta and Jon Moxley kind of busted him open, and Jon Moxley was pretty upset. In fact, Jon Moxley, quit being a crybaby. Let's beat more people up. Now, Lexi Nair interviewed Chris Statlander about the Casino Battle Royal, which she didn't win. And not only that, she talked about Willow Nightingale, and Wheeler Yuta. I think he's got a thing for Chris Statlander. I hate to say it, but he says, hey, every champion. And as he was talking to her, Marina Shafir grabbed him, and I'm going, Wheeler Yuta, you dumb Quantum Ranger on crack, you're an idiot. Anyways. Then, women's action. Tay Mello went one-on-one with Megan Bayne, which all parties are banned from ringside. In this case, Megan Bayne had Penelope Ford in her corner, but she's banned from ringside. Tay Mello had Anna Jay, also banned from ringside. And also, Harley Cameron, who made her return at All In this past Sunday. And Megan Bayne ended up winning the matchup. Skyflight team was cutting a promo about looking for a fight, and Don Callis wants to recruit Scorpio Sky, and Christopher Daniels says, no. We're not doing that. If you want, we're looking for a fight. And he says, I can get you a fight. So, will we see the Skyflight team in action accompanied by the lovely Layla Gray and Mr. Christopher Daniels. Well, we'll find out for sure if the Don Callis family, they have their card book for tonight. Alex Windsor cuts a promo on making her Collision debut, addressing Taya Valkyrie. And Taya Valkyrie faced Alex Windsor one-on-one. And Taya Valkyrie accompanied by the MXM Collection and Johnny TV. And Alex Windsor ended up winning the matchup. I like to see Johnny TV and Taya Valkyrie take on Alex Windsor and Will Ospreay. And that's my opinion on that. And then Athena interrupts Windsor's celebration and starts trash talking to Alex Windsor. And then she starts talking smack about Tony Storm having that AEW contract and winning that Casino Battle Royal. Tony Storm comes out and says, "Hey, you don't why don't you come down and fight me?" And he said, and then Athena's like, no, trying to be. He says, "You got a match this Wednesday against one of my minions, Billy Starks." And then Tony Storm goes, "Well, you don't have to sign the contract yet, because you want Athena to sign the contract and face her. If you don't want to bring the fight to me, at least come down and fight me." And then Tony Storm goes, "Well, if you don't want to come down there, I might as well go up there." And she goes up there where her little spot in Chicago. And then Athena fled the scene before Tony Storm ended up catching up there. So I thought that was pretty funny, to say the least. And I love Tony Storm, though. She's hilarious. You gotta love Tony Storm. She's a very talented young lady. And then Lexi Nay interviewed Anthony Bowens and was still upset about losing the Casino Gauntlet. And Billy Gunn goes, "Can you trust me? I got you a matchup next week on Collision, I think." So and then Anthony Bowens says, "You better be right about this." Then there's a four-way tag team matchup between Big Bill and Brian Keith, the Gates of Agony, the Crew, and the Guns, which whoever wins this matchup wins $200,000 for the team. Ricochet got involved during the matchup, enabling the Gates of Agony, Toa Leon, and Bishop Khan to win the match. And then Tomohiro Ishii and Hologram ended up watching the match as part of the conglomeration. Actually, back it up. It was a 5-minute match. Once again, Platinum Max Caster, Max Bastard, had a 5-minute matchup, and Kyle O'Reilly answered the call and ended up beating Platinum Max Caster in the time remaining of 2 minutes and 42 seconds. And Tomohiro Ishii and Hologram was part of the conglomeration with Kyle O'Reilly and Mark Briscoe and Willow Nightingale. They watched the match. And then Juice Robinson was ticked off at Ricochet for costing the Bang Bang Gang $200,000. And then Big Bill came in and said, "What are you doing sticking your nose in our business?" And then Juice Robinson tried to protest, "I'm here to help my boys." And all of a sudden, those two started brawling and fighting. In the back end, security had to separate those two guys. That's even crazy. And then Katsuyori Shibata went one-on-one with Rush of the Los Facción Ingobernables. And Rush ended up winning the matchup, but then LFI, that means the Beast Mortos, and Dralistico, attacked Shibata after the matchup, prompting Powerhouse Will Hobbs to come out with a steel chair and clean house. As you know, Samoa Joe is still hurt, and hopefully when he comes back, they'll have to defend the trios titles, or will Hobbs and Shibata come up with a solution? What happened to Hook? Where's Hook? Is he hurt? What's going on with him? I think he's part of the ops too. I need to put Hook to replace Samoa Joe in there. But then there's an all-star 8-man tag team matchup. Jet Speed, that's Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey, teaming up with Bandito, the Ring of Honor World Champion, Mascarada Dorada, who was known as Grand Metalik back in WWE days, against the Don Callis families, Lance Archer, Josh Alexander, Hechicero, and Rocky Romero. And Jet Speed, Bandito, and Mascarita Dorada, ended up winning that matchup. So, So that is it for the AEW Collision Event Center. Tomorrow night will be TNA Slammiversary. Rumor has it that AJ Styles is going to make his return to TNA in years. And we have his first appearance as a WWE superstar in TNA. So it's going to be very interesting to see what AJ Styles has to say. We heard Enzo Amore, the real one, was going to be there, along with Zilla Fatu. So this is going to be a more interesting situation as we go along here. So we'll see what happens there. So he said he might bring a Bishop. Could Bishop Dyer be on his way today? I think TNA Slammiversary is going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow night. So that's it. That's all there is to it. You guys have a good night. And until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and do it for Bob Saget production and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.